ODA の空の兄弟。
Venom. Venom. My, if you ever heard what I heard in the night, what a fright, must have been a parasite in my past life. I don't wanna ever come down from a high. My soul was sending to the sky, guess it's you and I. Gone, but I'm feeling too alive, trying to get me out of spite. Someone's gotta pay, I ain't talking big amount. Some kind of physical pain, some kind of traumatic shit. Niggas wanna see dead bodies, probably not there, running with no automatic clips. Moving scatty, all erratic and shit. Niggas pussy licking batty and shit. Oh, you mad? Then come at me, you prick. Make a move, better pattern it quick. I assume you'll be coming for blood. That makes two of us, that makes two of us. Venom. 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 True as a stick up, hands in the air, put the money in the bag, all cash, all cash. Venom. Boom, 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 boom.
Mary, no, we ain't doing that shit. But let's have a little bit of a conversation, all right? I have some things to talk about. There's trailers afoot. Yes, we have trailers afoot. I have a bunch of trailers to talk about. I have really two to talk about, honestly. And it is the Avatar 2 trailer, season 2, not the fucking stupid shit with the blue flying creatures. I don't care about that crap. I'm talking about the actual shit with Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm talking about that. That shit got me a little hyped. Granted, we will see how they go, but I'm sorry. I'm trying to do something real quick. Split tab. Oh. Well, oh. Huh. Well, let me no, I don't want that. I want to fucking change that actually. All right. Sorry, I'm doing something real quick. So we have a few things to talk about. You know, we have the trailers, but I also want to talk about this football situation that is, unfortunately, a lot of people on this channel do not care about football like that. There's a few people on this channel that care about football. I will say that, but none of them really watch. So they'd be out watching football. I don't know, but a lot of you guys who are familiar don't ever really watch football. Maybe like a few of you. So you're not really adept to the Sherrone Moore situation. But from a drama perspective, this shit is fucking hilarious. Now, granted, I shouldn't be laughing at this. This is very unbecoming. And you know what? I don't give a fuck. You know, it's two adults fucking, all right? I would fuck that too. Maybe not if I was a married man with kids. I wouldn't do that. I'm not being an idiot. But if I'm going to keep it a buck, hey, adults are fucking here. He's a sick fiend, whatever. I don't care about that. What's funny is how he handled it afterwards, which is goddamn insane. We'll talk about that. But I want to talk about of course, the Avatar Last Airbender season 2 trailer. But really, let's have a conversation about this. This is a little bit crazy. It's a little bit crazy. All right. It's a little bit crazy. All right. Let's just say this is one of, if not my favorite fucking trailers that I've seen. It's actually one of my favorite trailers. You're going to understand why. I love the song. I love the fucking, and by the way, you know what I love about this? I was split screen. Oh, this is so much better. Wow, this is actually better. They're right. Thank you, Chrome. I love about this is it's motherfucker. Goddamn. God damn it, crypto. Shush. Shush. I love about this. Okay. I love the song. I love the feel. But I love how they to me, they humanize Supergirl as completely opposite from fucking Superman. I love it. This is not going to be a Supergirl you might be used to. This is a Supergirl that's depressed, has PTSD, saw her planet get pretty much butt fucked by goddamn Brainiac. Yes, I'm pretty sure they're going with the Brainiac storyline here. In fact, I am 99% sure they're going to show that Brainiac destroyed the planet of Krypton. Let's just completely be honest. It's going to be like the Injustice storyline. I'm in. Let's go. Down. I know what everyone's gonna say. Guardians 3. I can understand that. It might be a little bit like that. Not gonna lie. Crypto is a fucking hater. You fucking hateful ass
You
dog.
managed to get most of it on the paper this time.
See, this is why he doesn't respect Clark. You just knew from the onset that that him and Clark just won't get along. But he loves that fucking dog. Doesn't mean you gotta like the dog.
Good job, buddy.
Terrible. Terrible parenting.
Cars are out. Hereby declare the 23 will be the best year yet. Let's be honest, babe. It's not a very high bar to clear.
In this one, is she younger than Clark? Usually, I'm used to her being older than Clark, unless I'm just stupid. No, I might be just stupid, to be honest with you. Well, anyways.
I didn't know any of you were still alive. What was it like to lose everything in a day?
Wow, bitch, really? And you can see this is Brainiac basically taking and destroying the planet of Krypton. He is collecting knowledge because he's a dick, but that's what Brainiac does. Asshole.
Krypton didn't die in a day. The gods are not that kind.
Yeah, this is not a smart idea. Really not a smart idea.
Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well.
For you.
For you guys.
Yeah, for real.
Do you others on your planet have powers like you?
No, it's a pretty small group of two.
Yes, 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 the cigar, everything, yes, 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 the cigar, everything, got it right. Oh my God, thank you, Lord. Watch this. Watch. Look at this peak. Look at this fucking peak. I cue it too quickly though. But if you were to stick the still frame, which you can find, but he's got a cigar in his mouth. And he's just angry and burly. Jason Momoa was born for this. I'm so happy to see that they kept him and they gave him a role that's gonna fit him. It's gonna fucking work for him. Aquaman it's just not his thing. It just doesn't feel like Aquaman. Aquaman's supposed to be a little bit more stern and serious, not jokey. He's supposed to be a king. All right, he's supposed to have some seriousness to him. I'm not saying he needs to be fucking devoid of any fucking joy or character or personality. What I am saying, he needs to be more stern. He needs to be more regal, a little bit more like just serious. And Momoa just couldn't fit that role. This is a lot different. Oh yeah, Lobo is his shit. And oh man, the look looks so good. Oh dude, I got so hyped when I saw the cigar. I said yes, we move. We move. Yes, we do. Give me some of that. Give me that give me that stogie, motherfucker. Give me the stogie. I smoke my stogie anytime I want. I don't have to find a hiding place like you. That's that type of energy I'm on. Watching that shit. Let's go.
He sees the good in everyone. And I see the truth.
Is she single, by the way? No? All right. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I mean, she's so fucking fine. Oh my God. Like, fuck. Yes, I'm in. Yeah, I'm watching the fuck out of this. They nailed this. This looks good. Say what you want. It looks good. Now, granted, people are gonna hate it and whatever. I don't care about those people. You people are miserable and don't have anything to live for, apparently. And I don't really give a flying fuck. God, my search history is terrible. My search history is wrestling and other crap. I hate my life. Anyways, let me check something else, actually. Like that. Y'all need to see more search history with Madden. Oh God, I have problems. Let me think. Let's see. Oh yes, the Street Fighter trailer. I hated it. I hated it, and then I loved it, and then I hated it. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. This is a movie that's either going to be really fucking good or a pile of fucking goat shit sent from Satan's asshole. And I don't know which one is which at this point of what I think is going to happen. But I will give it a chance as always. But if I am to compare movies, Mortal Kombat looks much better than this by like miles. There's castings in this movie that make no fucking sense and I think are terrible. But God damn it, there's some castings that are just genius. Andrew Koji as Ryu is money. I just hope it doesn't end like Storm Shadow. I hope it doesn't end like that. But I have that bad feeling it will. Ken looks great. Chun looks amazing. Zangief looks awesome. No. Well, okay. Now, if people are going to like this one, they don't like the way they make Cammy look. I happen to kind of like it, and I kind of think it keeps the whole aesthetic of like Cammy can do god-awful things to me. I just don't think the gauntlets look good. The gauntlets need to have the signature gauntlets. I will say that's the one thing I don't like. It's a nitpick. Yes, that's Ryu. No. Oh, I hate Andrew Schultz. He's just not funny. Stop showing me this man. Why? I swear to God, why? As Dan Hibiki? Okay. Vega looks good. Whoa! Okay. Can we just go back? Can we just go back for a minute? Let me show you this. Hold on. God damn it. Okay. One more time. Wait. Forget it. As you guys can tell, I'm not a huge fan of Roman Reigns as Akuma. I'm not. I'm not a big fan of this. I don't see it. I don't understand it. And I certainly don't know if this will work. But fuck it, I'll watch it anyways. I love Roman Reigns. I do. I just don't know if Akuma is his speed. That's a very complex character to try and capture. And I'll tell you this right now, he's a very beloved character to capture. So it's going to be a little hard for me to believe this. I don't know. When I think of Akuma, I don't think of Roman Reigns. I don't think of Final Boss Roman Reigns. Final Boss Roman Reigns is out here moving like M. Bison over here. I could have honestly accepted him as M. Bison before I could accept him as Akuma. Akuma's a whole different type of fucking territory. So we'll see. I'm a little bit surprised they even bring Akuma into this because honestly, Akuma's that character that you could honestly tell Street Fighter without. He's awesome. He's a badass character. Everyone loves Akuma. But in the grand scheme of things, do you need Akuma in Street Fighter? No. Does he need to be in the story? No. Does he need to be a part of anyone's storyline here? No. He's just a luxury thing because he's so awesome and we just like to have him in. But it's not needed for the movie. You know what I mean? It's just a character that's just not needed. I am kind of horny looking at this. Oh! All right. Well, it's not terrible, but I don't know. It could be really, really. It might be a banger, and then it might just be terrible for different reasons. Who knows? Okay, on to the next one. All right, on to the next one. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Let's take a look. All right. Now on to Avatar Season 2.
Everything is vibrating. All around us.
Still looks good. It's a kid in a wheelchair. Holy shit, they're gonna do that storyline this season. All right.
The world is turning.
He's teaching him to redirect lightning. Up the hair redemption storyline is in. All right, baby.
There is a secret life beneath us.
A little early to show the lightning, don't you think? Holy shit. Oh shit. That got me really hyped. That got me really hyped. Suki's a bad bitch, and that got me really hyped. All right, I'm in. All right, I'm in. Shit.
We're all connected.
Aang grew a little too fast for my liking. Aang went from looking like a cute kid to looking like a 16-year-old boy, or heading on 30, and that's very terrifying. He's starting to look like adult Aang. I'm terrified. They filmed season 2 and 3 back to back, so you don't have to worry about the aging issue anymore. So they'll wrap the show up, but woo! I don't know, nigga.
Through the earth.
Yes. This is acceptable. This is very acceptable. I'm giving it a chance. Thank you. Yes. I have the chills. I have the fucking chills. Yes. Yes. I am going to tell you this right now. Yes, I support all of this. Yes. There's nothing more to say other than I support the fuck out of it. Yes. Absolute cinema. Yes. This is a win for all of us. Yes. I can't. I have nothing more to say other than just that. All right. So I wanted to just basically get that out the way, get the trailers out the way, have my reactions to it. So now I move on to the Sherrone Moore part of our segment of our show today. And I'm going to talk about this absolutely hilarious shit because holy fuck. I gotta ask, man. Michigan fans gotta have the most perplexing position in sports. As happy as you are to get rid of Sherrone Moore because he's not a good coach, and I'm sorry, Sherrone Moore was gonna last another 2 years. I felt Sherrone Moore would get fired after next year after they probably win 6-7 games under his vision. And I thought fans are like, okay. What I didn't realize is how much worse it got. See, my thought process initially with the Sherrone Moore shit, because I don't pay attention to Michigan, why the fuck would I? Was okay. So we got rid of Sherrone Moore. We did because he sucked. He's just not a good fucking coach. That was my initial thought process. He's not a good coach. So let's get rid of him now because 9 wins is only going to turn to 7 wins, and we're just biding our time versus just doing what we need to do. And we need to be proactive and show we need better standards here at Michigan. Granted, it's a little fucked up to fire someone through 9 wins, in my opinion, but I also understand. No, that ain't what happened here. No. They were jumping for joy going, this motherfucker was banging a staffer. Now, I'm going to tell you my opinion on this. I do not have moral judgments when it comes to people banging and whatever. I don't care. That's your business. Your wife wants to destroy your life. You played the piper. That's on you. That ain't my fucking problem. And I don't care to judge. I don't. What I will say, though, is I absolutely don't understand why you would be dumb enough to fucking bang a staffer on your own coaching staff at all. Leave that alone, bro. Let me make this very clear. You are here to coach the University of Michigan, not here to bang staffers and shit. Fuck is wrong with you? You gave her a 50% raise? Are you out your fucking mind? Yes, this woman got a 50% raise. And what makes this even funnier as a Bears fan, she's the daughter. Yes, the woman that he's allegedly banging and apparently allegedly stalking was the daughter of a Chicago Bears scout. The Bears drafted a Michigan tight end in the first round. Big ups to her, by the way. If that's why, big ups to her. Colston Loveland's been awesome. But regardless, I don't understand how you could be so stupid to basically throw away $30 million for some box. And then I thought about it. Men are so fucking stupid. They'll throw away anything for some box. They throw away GTA 6 for some box. I sure as fuck am not going to do that because ain't no box worth that shit. But hey, this is the world we live in where any box can get any man. I have said this. It doesn't matter how ugly you are as a woman, you can get laid. It doesn't matter how fat you are as a woman, you can get laid. It is the box. A hole is a hole, and dudes are retarded. If it was socially acceptable to fuck trees, dudes would be doing it out in the open. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. But this is another example of when you give someone like Sherrone more power, they turn it and use it as stupidly as they can. Though I will say, I don't understand the whole notion of trying to make excuses for this woman as if we have to fucking treat her like a victim. She's not a victim of anything. She is a victim of her own stupidity. She's a victim of her own bad choices. She's a victim of being a moron. Sure. But am I going to fucking feel bad for this chick? Absolutely not. And I will not feel one bit sorry for her. She got a 50% pay raise. Suck my balls. That is not someone who's a victim. That is someone who is who's profiting. And that is what happened here. Now, the Sherrone Moore shit has taught me one thing. There's no hope for some of you niggas. Y'all fucked out there. I don't tell you. I don't think there's any type. I don't think there's enough therapy in the world that can help with Sherrone Moore. But what I will say is, it's a lesson again to a lot of coaches. I gotta charge my fucking. I gotta charge my what's it called? Where is it? I gotta charge my keyboard. God damn it! There it is. Now, granted. Fuck me. Oh, come on. Let me pull this out. Now, granted, I'm not sitting here acting as though I'm perfect or whatever. We're all not perfect. We all make our mistakes. We all have to we all got to fucking, like, you know. God damn it. It's at 21% anyways. We all got to suffer our own consequences in life, right? But what I will say is, this needs to be addressed in the sense of, you guys have got to learn, you know, like, you got to know where you are. Like, one thing that was said was on a podcast, and guy said, you got to know where you are and where you stand. Sherrone Moore is not a good enough coach to have gotten away with this, because Sherrone Moore is a mediocre head coach. So, you know, under him, you were going to lose fucking Bryce Underwood. You're going to lose Bryce Underwood now. And it ain't because of Sherrone Moore getting fired. No, it's because Sherrone Moore was hired. That's the problem. So now Michigan's going to be looking for another coach. There are a wild variety of names that I don't think are coming. Like, I talked with my dad about this too, and he's like, you know, Kalen DeBoer. I do not see Kalen DeBoer unless they get blown out by Oklahoma, and then it'll get ugly, and then he might just bolt to Michigan. By the way, unless Oklahoma blows this team out or clowns them in an L, even if they lose, honestly, it's arguable. If Alabama wins this game this weekend, or this upcoming week, next week, I should say, this upcoming next week, Friday night, under the lights, Norman, Oklahoma, I don't think there is any remote chance that he's leaving Alabama, and it would make no sense to. Yeah, the money's one thing, but Alabama's got money. He's getting well paid. He'll be all right. Then I've heard Dan Lanning. Absolutely not. I don't see Dan Lanning leaving Oregon. I think that ship has sailed. Dan Lanning could have left for a lot of schools, including Florida. He could have left for Florida and got that fucking hella good recruiting. He could have tripled his output at fucking Florida recruiting-wise. Nah, I'm good recruiting high at Oregon. All right, I get it. You can recruit nationally at Oregon anyways. Go for it. You're in the playoffs this year. You have a home game. You know? By the way, I gotta say, I feel as though the Mario Cristobal moves worked out so well for all of us. I don't know why Oregon fans and Miami fans fight so much. You guys do realize you're both profiting, right? You're both in the playoffs. Both your programs are being well taken care of. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. I am seeing it as though, like, yeah, whatever. Michigan is a program that was literally at the height and went and took a downturn the immediate next year. Now, that year after first year under Sherrone Moore, okay. This year, nah, dude. You had a prime 5-star talent in fucking Bryce Underwood, and you basically blew it. And I have to just say, that is grounds for dismissal. I see why they got rid of you. I also could see why you didn't really last, under the sense that I saw that team, and they just weren't even a good 9-win team. Yeah, they were a 9-win team, but you know how we talk about Miami having issues? Michigan had those issues, but like every single fucking game where they come in and they should have lost to a lot of subpar teams. They should have lost to Northwestern. They probably could have lost to Nebraska. They're not a good team. And Ohio State proved that they're really not a good team because Ohio State themselves are not an elite team. Ohio State proved against Indiana they're not elite. Yes, Indiana's a great team. I think they're so well coached. Probably the best coach team in the country, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You can't tell me Ohio State last year would have fucking been in a game with Indiana this year. This is not a good Ohio State team. In fact, I'll go as far to say that Ohio State's very one-dimensional, and I think they can be had in these playoffs. And I don't think they're getting past Georgia, if they even get past Texas A&M or even Miami, which a lot of people are looking at like, I don't know, dog. That's a tough matchup. By the way, why did Miami put in the gauntlet section of the fucking tournament? Why did we get the gauntlet? What'd we do? Oh, that's right. We're idiots. We lost to SMU. We deserve what we got. But no, I'm actually happy for this. This is a test. I want to see exactly where my program measures up, and it's all going to start next Saturday. So I'm all for it. We're going to see where we measure up next Saturday. We're all going to see where we measure up next Saturday. You walk into College Station, you walk out with a win. I'll tell you this. You have accomplished the baseline of my expectations of what I want. After that, fucking gravy, nigga. If Miami doesn't make it past Georgia and they get to Georgia, I will consider this season an actual huge success. Maybe other people wouldn't, but I would consider it a huge success. Of course, I want the national title. I want to win it all. Obviously, blah, blah, blah. That goes without saying. But you have to understand that the long game in all this. What this does for recruiting, what this does for NIL. Miami will be put back on the map. And I will tell you this. It would get real scary for a lot of teams out there because you're going to offer even more talent to that team, which is already got a lot of talent. So we will see how that goes. At the Sherrone Moore situation, as I said, Michigan is in a very interesting spot because they're a program that can offer the best job now in the market. The problem is this wasn't done sooner, which makes me think, why is Michigan so stupid? You could have gotten a top head coach. You could have possibly been in the Lane Kiffin sweepstakes if you entered early. Do I think you would have got it? Maybe not. But Lane Kiffin would have to consider Michigan. All that money, all that fucking power, being on top of the North. Motherfucker, that's a lot. That's a lot. And you're not in the SEC? You don't have to deal with that gauntlet every year? You'll have to deal with a gauntlet, but it ain't going to be like that type of gauntlet. That's a win. You have to consider it. And Michigan completely and absolutely waited so long to fire Sherrone Moore because they knew he was fucking around with a staffer. Well before the Ohio State game. That's what I've heard. And I honestly believe it because it makes the most sense. Because everyone knew he was going to get fired. Everyone in the message boards knew this was going on. A lot of people knew this was going on. Now that this has been going on, where do you go from here if you're Michigan? I'm telling you right now, you kind of fucked yourself with all this, and you're not getting Dan Lanning, and you're not getting Kalen DeBoer. Those are names you're just not going to get. If you got those names, home run. So I've heard Rich Rodriguez. Did I say, hey, Rich Rodriguez? I'm sorry. Who's that guy for Washington? I said Rich Rodriguez. Unbelievable. Hold on. Let me look at Washington's head coach because that's one I got to look at. Now, hold on. It is Jed Fish. That's okay. Jed Fish would be a shit hire. Not going to lie. It would be a shit hire. It would not get you to national prominence. Jed Fish is an okay coach, but at Washington, he's proven to not be a national type of hire. You can say, well, he's at Washington. Washington made the national title with Michigan 2 years ago. I don't want to hear that. You can easily get, and I mean easily get talent at Washington. Yeah, you can. If you had a good coach, you can get talent anywhere. But if you have a really good coach and you were at Washington, yeah, you could be a national power within like 2 years. I don't want to hear that shit. They've been into the playoffs now multiple times. They've had a Heisman level quarterback before. They have had talent. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. Roma Dunze and fucking Michael Penix, Jalen Polk, you've had talent walk up and down in that school. Kyler Gordon, you've had talent at that school. So I don't want to hear the idea that Washington can't get talent. No, Jed Fish is just a mediocre mid-ass coach, and I've said that for a long time. That'd be a hire. But I don't see any other options for Michigan. Where else are you going to look? You want to hit the Dan Lanning. Dan Lanning's not leaving. Dan Lanning leaving Oregon to go rebuild at Michigan will be one of the dumbest moves you could possibly make. You can win a title at Oregon. I just hope they never do because I hate Oregon and I want their fans to suffer greatly. But you could theoretically still win. So what's the point of trying to go to Michigan and start over again and try and win from there in the same conference? That's just fucking stupid. See, people don't realize is Oregon's not really a stepping stone university as everyone said they are. They're kind of not. It was back in a time with the Willie Taggart thing. That was because Willie Taggart looked at Florida State. And at the time, you can't blame him for this. Florida State was in a prime real estate position to get all the talent in the world in Florida, which is where you want to go to get your prime premier talent if you want to go anywhere. At the time, it's different now. So he left Oregon for Florida State. I don't begrudge him that move. I wouldn't. The Mario Cristobal thing, I don't understand why to this day people don't get why he left. This is the alma mater, bro. It's like Dabo leaving Clemson for Alabama at the height of Clemson winning. It's the alma mater. It's the dream. It's to say that you're the one that brought back the U. That's huge for an alma mater. To be the guy that played and then brought back the U is a huge deal. You can't begrudge him for that. That's not an indictment on your fucking program. That is just business. He probably would have left Alabama for that shit. I'm not even joking when I say that. He probably would have left Alabama for that shit. But also, you know, it is what it is. Miami got their shit together as well. They got Dan Radakovich, which I think is the most underrated hire in all this. Dan Radakovich is one of the best ADs in the country. And that's kind of what people are missing in the whole Clemson like downfall right now. Look at your AD. A lot of hires aren't being made like they used to be because Radakovich isn't there. A lot of hires getting made in Miami, though, because Radakovich is there. So you're seeing money being thrown around. The program ain't playing around no more. The money's being made. That's where I look at other programs, it's not the same. So when I look at something like, hey, Michigan has one of the best fucking he came from Oregon. I just said, asshole. You know where the fuck he came from. He came from Oregon. And by the way, again, you can't begrudge Mario for that movie. It's your alma mater. It's your alma mater. You can't blame him for that. You had to see that move coming. Also, what I'm starting to see with Michigan's move, where do you go from here? Who do you hire? And to me, it's such a shit fucking move now. What do? You need someone that can honestly be a home run hire. With what you're at, you basically are blowing, to me, the best peak you've had in ages. You won the national fucking title 2 years ago, and it's like you never really went. Like, I look at this team, they don't look anywhere near to a program like Ohio State right now. And that's alarming. And I asked this, why did you put Sherrone Moore in this position anyways? I would have got rid of Sherrone Moore instantly. Sherrone Moore ain't going to get you nowhere. He's a terrible fucking coach. I knew that coming in. And guess what? He basically proved me right. He's not a good head coach. He's not Jim Harbaugh, dog. You need to get someone that's going to be legit, and there are names. So I don't know where they go from here. I don't see any names on the board. I know now everyone says the pros can change a lot. Now, my dad actually, we talked, and he mentioned a very interesting name, Mike Tomlin. Now, Mike Tomlin would be one of those hires that would be very interesting. I think Mike Tomlin is made for college, actually. He just needs to make sure he gets the right coordinators that are new age and know how to handle their shit and get the fuck out of the way. Yes, I'm speaking to you, Mario Cristobal. Get the fuck out the way and let my boys cook, which he's done lately. He has let Shannon Dawson cook. He's let Corey Heatherman cook. Oh, he's really let Corey Heatherman cook. You stay the fuck out of Mr. Heatherman's way, you son of a bitch. I don't want to hear nothing about any more rumors of that shit. Oh, hell no. There are things that need to be done when it comes to like Michigan, and I don't know what else to say other than you're in some trouble. But the Sherrone Moore shit's hilarious. He broke into this girl's house where I heard the police call. They said he's allegedly stalking her. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You are the head coach of Michigan. What are you doing? Are you out of your mind? Have you lost your senses? Have you? And it gets even worse from here. Apparently, allegedly, he got her to get an abortion because he knocked her up. I don't know if that's true just yet, but I'm leaning towards it might be. Apparently, he did that. Allegedly, it's all alleged, by the way, with that. Allegedly, he hit his wife and then went. It's all a mess, bro. The fact that it's a Chicago Bears staffer that it's the daughter of a Chicago Bears fucking scout, and we just drafted Colston Loveland. It's just fucking hilarious. It's so Keno. It's something that we would do. It's so Chicago Bears to have this happen to us, but it's something just so fucking funny. But I'll be honest with you. Where do you go from here if you are Sherrone Moore? I mean, sorry, if you are fuck Sherrone Moore. If you are the Michigan Wolverines, I don't know. But I will say that hire, the NFL is going to have to like send a godsend. Chip Kelly's out there, but Chip Kelly's interviewing for the Georgia Tech offensive coordinator position, which I think is fucking gay. I think that's fucking lame. I'm mad that we didn't fire Shannon Dawson. I'm sorry, I'm still mad. I want Chip Kelly. You have no you have no idea right now how mad I am because I need a fucking. I don't know about Shannon Dawson right now, man. On one hand, you can say we're doing well right now, but we beat up a bunch of scrubs. We're gonna see how good Shannon Dawson is versus Texas A&M. I'm gonna know everything I need to know about this coaching staff for the future this coming Saturday. And if they do well and they win this game, I'm ride or die with this coaching staff. If not, I hope to see changes. But I know we won't regardless. And I'm skeptical. We'll see. You never know which quarterback change happens next year as well, because we're going to be looking for a quarterback. Darren Coleman will not be ready to start next year. He'll be ready to start his sophomore year. And yes, that kid is supremely talented. He has supreme talent. He just needs to clean up some of his mechanics. Regardless of what his fucking throwing coach said, I got into a fight with this asshole, by the way, on Twitter. Fucking idiot. Whatever. Maybe I don't know more than the throwing coach, but I'll be real with you. If not stepping into your throws is somehow genius level coaching, then goddamn, Caleb Williams should be the best quarterback in the NFL right now. Oh, wait, no, he's not, because he needs to fucking learn to step into his throws, doesn't he? Motherfucking goddamn, one of these quarterbacks are so underdeveloped. Even the coaching's retarded. You know it's bad when a throwing coach is literally defending, not stepping into throws. I've never, ever in my life ever seen anyone defend that. How stupid you have to be to defend that to me, I don't know. But this is where we're at. Fuck that guy. It's still fuck that guy to this day. And we're sorry, a bunch of Canes fans coming at me. I'm just like, are y'all retarded? We have been through this shit with bad mechanics before. We've been through the Jaron Williams before. Why are you defending this shit to me? Because he has a snappy release? I don't give a fuck. Learn the fundamentals, motherfucker. It'll help you. In the NFL, you trying that shit, you're going to get fucked. Again, exhibited by Caleb Williams, showing me the exact same thing. And Caleb Williams has a God-level arm. And even then, still, he has bad mechanics. And believe me, his footwork's horrible. Still, it's better than rookie year, but it still needs work. There are things that Caleb needs to work on. It's all mental, though, so I have no worry in that. But anyways, I'm digressing. Not as a coordinator, though. Not as a college coordinator. College coordinator, yeah. But that's just stupid. That doesn't help your program in the long run. You got to do fucking the things for the program, not rewarding people for valiant efforts. Fuck all that shit. I would have. They just didn't have anyone on the docket. They just said, fuck it, roll with him, I guess. Is she having OnlyFans? Where? I'm just fucking with y'all. I don't think she has an OnlyFans. But yeah, if you saw the second half of that Packers game, I think the last thing I need to do is worry about Caleb mentally. I worry it's the little things that every rookie quarterback's going through, because he's not the only one going through it. Every quarterback is struggling, except for Drake May for some fucking reason, but I think he was taught fundamentals a little bit better than everyone else, apparently. I didn't know his high school coach, because holy shit. How hard is it to fucking step up into the pocket? I don't know. But apparently none of these quarterbacks know how to do it. Him, Shador, none of them. Even Cam. Oh, no. I know. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I know which one. He's a fiend. He's a motherfucking fiend. But I will say, like, I don't worry about Caleb long-term, because a lot of his shit will be corrected. And Ben Johnson, I believe, will correct it. And he has been better. It's not as if the kid's regressed from last year. He's gotten better and better, and his team's winning. Everyone's saying it's in spite of him, but if you watch the games, it's actually not. The offense shows promise, and then it shows stupidity. Catching the ball, being on time. There's so many things that you have to understand in this offense when it clicks. This is scary. When it clicks is when, shit's going to get real. That's when y'all should be scared. And it will come when Caleb fixes the little things, but also when people stop dropping the fucking ball. When y'all are done dropping the ball, then we're going to be in some real fucking prime territory here. Seriously, stop dropping the ball. I'm sick and tired of watching my team drop the ball, please. The second half of that Packers game, he just like turned on another gear. And I'm like, if you can harness that every fucking game, we're going to be hard to beat. I know he had the interception at the end, but I understood why he threw it. I didn't like the play call, in my opinion. I thought win or lose on your offensive line that basically dominated Green Bay in the second half. They absolutely destroyed them in the second half. Like, they got punched in the mouth in the first half. They came back and bitch slapped them in the second. I'm telling you, that game in Chicago is going to be a very different game, and I think it pissed them off. I think Green Bay, the gloating they're doing, go ahead. Come to Chicago and see what fucking happens. I'm ready for that shit. Because now we have the film on you. And I'm actually really excited because I saw the adjustments that were made. And the adjustments were this. Offensive line just said, fuck this. I'm done getting punched in the fucking mouth and letting you dictate shit. I'm going to fucking push you back. And when they decided to push Green Bay back, I mean, Green Bay had no answer. They were gashed. They were gashed, and thrown to the ground. The only problem was the defense was just terrible that day. Like, we made some bad decisions, dude. Cover one with fucking CJ Gardner-Johnson in the slot against fucking Christian Watson is one of the dumbest decisions I've ever seen in my entire life, and I hope to never see it again. Kyler Gordon is needed very expeditiously on this team, but even then, with CJ, you can do better. You can still do better than that. That was terrible coaching, in my opinion, that I know DA will basically correct. I don't think you're going to see cover one ever again. But there are things that need to change. There's bad tackling at the end of the game as well. If they stopped Jacobs on that like third down where they had like 3 people on him, Bears the game's different. The game is different. We probably go to overtime. How we might win that game if we have a different mentality. So that's just my take on it. I think the Bears are not in a bad spot. I think that game was a game that we were bound to lose. We were coming off of the high of the Eagles game, and you had some very bad key injuries. Roma Dunze, I think, is another thing that people don't really understand. That's why I'm not worried about the Bears. Without your primary receiver, you walked in there and you, in the second half, were taking like maybe the top 3 defense and kicking their ass in the second half. So I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of any defense or team to play. I ain't afraid of fucking Green Bay, and no one should be. If you can fucking punch them in the mouth, you can beat them. And I think there's several teams that can do that. And also, I'll say this. Fuck Washington fans, because my quarterback actually fucking almost led the win. Your quarterback got beaten into submission, do shit. So fuck you, Washington fans. I don't know why I'm bringing up those losers. I just hate Commander fans. The future's bright, but I think you have to understand that the NFL is not what it used to be. That quarterbacks are developed differently now. I had not seen their coaching hire. I don't even know who they hired. I didn't know they hired anyone. There was no news on it. Yeah, hold on, guys. I gotta take a minute. Give me a minute. All right, minute break.
Why do you look? Me and my niggas tryna get it, yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. Hit that house, they tell me, is you with it, yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. Home invasion was persuasive. What's persuasive? What's persuasive? From 9 to 5, I know it's vacant, yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. Dreams of living life like rappers do. Like rappers do, like rappers. Back when condom rappers wasn't cool. They wasn't cool, they wasn't. I fucked Sherrone and went to tell my bros. Tell my bros, tell my Then Usher Rain and Let It Burn came on. That burn came on, that burn came on. Hot sauce all that night, I rhyming, yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. Park the car, then we start rhyming, yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. The only thing we had to free our mind. Then freeze that verse when we see dollar signs. You looking like an easy come up, yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. A silver spoon, I know you come from, yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. And that's a lifestyle that we never knew. Go at a rapping for the revenue. Go Halle Berry or Hallelujah. Pick your poison, tell me what you doing. Everybody go respect the shooter, but the one in front of the gun lives forever.
The one in front of the gun forever.
And I've been hustling all day, this away, that away, through canals and alleyways, just to say, money trees is the perfect place for shade, and that's just how I feel. Nah, $8 might just fuck your main bitch, that's just how I feel. Nah, $8 might say fuck the niggas that you game with, that's just how I feel. Nah, $8 might just make that lane switch, that's just how I feel. Nah, $8 might turn to $1 million and we all rich, that's just how I feel. Dreams of living life like rappers do. Bump that new E40 at the school. You know, big ballin' with my homies. Earl Stevens had us thinking rational. Back to reality, we pour, yeah, bitch. Another casualty at war, yeah, bitch. 2 bullets in my Uncle Tony head. He said one day I'll be on tour, yeah, bitch. That Louis burgers never be the same. A Louis Belder never ease that pain. But I'ma purchase when that day is jerking. Pull off at churches with Pirelli skirting. Gang signs out the window, yeah, bitch. Hoping all of them offend you, yeah, bitch. They say your hood is a pot of gold. And we go crash it when nobody's home. Halle Berry or Hallelujah. Pick your poison, tell me what you do. Everybody go respect the shooter, but the one in front of the gun lives forever.
The one in front of the gun forever.
And I've been hustling all day, this away, that away, through canals and alleyways, just to say, money trees is the perfect place for shade, and that's just how I feel.
Okay. All right. Jesus Lord, brother. The James Massey. Yeah, that's actually I think that's a good hire. Actually, I forgot about him. Yeah, he's a good hire. Not one of my like. Put it this way. I don't think you should expect Indiana, but you should expect 8-9 win seasons again to start, and I think that's very, very good from where UCLA has been. To go from that to winning anything of 8 to 9 games is very huge. If he's smart, he should do exactly what Indiana's head coach did and bring in transfers from JMU. I think that would be very big because same players you were having success with in where you were, it can carry over as momentum into UCLA and you can win some of these games. I think that would be very smart, in my opinion. I think that's a very smart idea. You know, and then who knows? You get a nice, huge. You got getting some huge transfers. Start hitting in with NIL. UCLA, I think made a really good hire, and I do believe that they can win 8-9 games a year again, and that's very big to start for UCLA. That's what you're looking for right now. You're looking for this start, like for this first year. If you go win 9 games, that's a home run. If you hit 6-7 games, that's to me meeting expectations of what you want. Anything under that, well, then you got a problem. But what you want to really look for is improvement. You want to see the obvious improvement in coaching from the start. And I think UCLA is going to see that with this new head coach. So I think it's a good hire. I don't think he's anyone like that's going to build your program through recruiting and get it. Nah, I don't know about all that. But if the coaching is there and development is there, then kids will follow and you will get the right kids that you want, and you should be a good program again. And I hope to see UCLA back to being a good program again. Do I think they're going to win 10, 11 games a year? No. But 9? Yeah. Get back to winning 9 games a year. It's a fucking big win. So I'm very excited to see what UCLA does in the future, and we'll go from there. As for, again, with Michigan, I don't know. I think they dropped the ball on this. They kind of started this hiring circus too late. I think he should have been fired right when they found out he was fucking around with a staffer. He should have been fired then. And then they basically would have had a better fucking, in my opinion, a much better chance of getting a better head coach because they could have got one of those coaches. I know Florida got Tulane's head coach, John Sumrall. I think it's a good hire. I don't know. He might be. He's a weird one because Tulane can get some pretty okay talent. And to me, they're a team that could easily be in the Big 12. I don't know why they're not in the Big 12. I don't know why they're not in a bigger conference. I think they're better than UCF by miles and can put up much better results. But I will say it's a little alarming. Some of the games that he's lost are big games that you shouldn't lose. Now, we'll see how good Tulane is. But it's hard for me because I don't like the way that college football does shit to where these hires are made. And we're in the midst of a playoff season. Like, why should John Sumrall have been hired now? Why? The playoffs are on. He has to go to Ole Miss. We gotta get ready for Ole Miss. Whatever. I'm not gonna go too nuts about it. I've already yelled about this 1,000 times how much I fucking hate the way college football is ran now, and this is kind of why. I think it's deplorable. It's not deplorable. It's fucking stupid. Not deplorable. It's very stupid. I think it's dumb. That's just me. Where else do we go from here, though? Right? Where else do we? Like I said, where else could coaching go from here? Who knows? I truly believe that something from the NFL is going to sway something. I think if you're Michigan, you offer an NFL coach a bag, I guess. But I'm not big on NFL coaches going to college because it's a different landscape. It's not the same thing. You have to placate kids to get talent. And it's different to the NFL where it's just like, hey, contract, bag, shut the fuck up and do what you got to do. Okay, adults, moving on. You're dealing with children. So it's a whole different thing. Having them do concepts that work in the NFL, it's like when Tom Brady talks on like the broadcast. He's like, yeah, just throw it right at the seam. No, Tom. A lot of quarterbacks can't just flip up the goddamn seam, motherfucker. Maybe you made it look easy because you spent thousands of hours on it. And not all these quarterbacks have your type of crazy ass work ethic, and they're not insane. You can fucking throw it up the goddamn seam all the time. And that's why a lot of great players, to me, don't make great coaches. They think the things that they did will translate to anyone else, and it just doesn't. Like, I'm sorry if Trevor Lawrence can't hit the seam, Tom, but Trevor Lawrence is not nearly as accurate as you were playing in the NFL, homie. Joe Burrow might be able to hit the seam, but maybe not consistently. The throws that you were making consistently, a lot of guys can't make. So it's a little harder. It's expectations, I don't think Peyton Manning would be a good coach either, because Peyton Manning would think that everyone could fucking hit the goddamn window the size of a fucking the size of a fucking pin needle. But you can't, though Peyton Manning would know from experience of not hitting the windows right because he had to learn by failure about NFL windows. And that was not pretty. In the NFL, you think something's open and it's really not. Oh, he's open. Yeah, you don't see the safety. You're not anticipating the safety coming in from the right side, veering in and picking you off, huh? Oh, he's open. No, Ed Reed's playing you, stupid. And Ed Reed just played you. God damn it. God damn it, Peyton. God damn it, Gomer. Dude, there's this one play from Ed Reed where he plays fucking Peyton Manning like a fucking fiddle. And I don't mean to say that to say like Peyton Manning's dumb. No, this is how impressive Ed Reed is. I want you to see this. And when you have Bill Belichick gushing like a schoolgirl, you damn well know you did some crazy shit. Yeah, it's the one. This is one of my favorite plays of all time. And Bill Belichick down. That's why I love Bill as a student of the game when it comes to defense. And why people are getting on this new high horse saying that, oh, Tom Brady made him. No. Bill Belichick was a two-time Super Bowl champion as a defensive coordinator. I will not have you motherfuckers coming out here talking your bullshit as if you know football when you bitches don't even know fucking 2 + 2. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Absolutely fucking not. Abso-fucking-lutely not. On any circumstance will I let you get away with that shit. You're not doing that up in here. So I want you guys to see this shit. This is one of the greatest plays of all time. Because it's just the way that Ed Reed was the master of baiting people. Fuck! Was the master of fooling people. God damn it.
one of the greatest plays I ever saw him make was
Fucking Bill just like gushing over this is why I fucking love this shit. We don't need to talk about that. Please, God, no more.
against Manning, where he lined up on
This is
the
phenomenal.
weak
Watch
side
the
of
way
the
he fucking
formation,
clowns
and on
him.
the snap of the ball, he turned and ran to the middle of the field like he was going to play in the middle of the field.
I've only seen maybe one other safety pull this off, and that was Sean fucking Taylor. Sean Taylor was able to pull this off. There might be other safeties, but of memory that I can really think of, there's only Sean Taylor pulled this bullshit off, where you're running completely one direction and then just and you just like completely go the other way.
And of course, Manning read that and came back and threw the go back to the X.
Go. It's clean. It's clean.
And
Edge going the other way.
That when he went to the middle of the field, that Peyton would come back to the X.
Yeah, he knew him.
He
He
ran
knew
to
his
the middle of the
bullshit.
field, but without even looking at the quarterback, he just turned and wheeled when he.
Yep. He knew. He didn't have to even look. He knew exactly that, because he also, by the way, the play was designed for that. By the way, you can get away with this, Ed Reed. I want you to look at the safety here, like Ed. I want you to look at Ed, but look at the corner. How easy he passes this off.
Ran to the middle of the field, but without even looking at the quarterback, he just turned and wheeled.
Right here. Now, you're thinking this is cover one, easy cover one robber. He's not going to go to that side. But here's the thing, what you're not seeing here. Look at if you see down below, he could have easily had the tight end going to the corner.
When
he could have threw to the tight end. The tight end was open down the middle, or the slot. It might have been the slot. Slot's open down the middle. And if Peyton was smart, Peyton could have easily pumped, hit him down the fucking seam and scored a touchdown. That's the chess match of football, which makes it so crazy. It's all about choices, you see? And this is the wrong choice of why you don't fuck around with Ed Reed on a fucking go route. But Ed Reed made the gamble. Peyton fucking got clowned for it. It's just hilarious. And Peyton knew it. He's like, motherfucker got me.
Before he got to the hash mark, and just knew that was going to be the play, and ran over the sideline and intercepted it.
Just phenomenal. Just absolutely fucking fooled him. Any other safety's taking the middle. He's going to take the middle route and not take that. Ed Reed's smarter than that, though. Ed's like, nah, I know you, motherfucker. I'm going to take that fucking go route because I know you're going to take the go route. That right there is why Ed's is probably the greatest safety of all time. Jesus Lord. All right. That's phenomenal. That is one of my favorite fucking plays of like all time, because it's just so crazy to see Bill gushing over that shit, because it's the truth. Bill nailed that fucking call because it's true. He basically knew the go route was coming. He's like, okay, you're going to take the go route, right? Well, here's why you're stupid. Yeah. That's why Ed's the greatest, because there's not many safeties that think like that. There are a few throughout NFL history, sure. But in terms of like, am I going to take, Cam could hit the seam. Any quarterback can hit the seam, by the way. It's consistently doing it and acting like it's an easy hit. It's a very, very hard thing to hit the seam in accuracy between like two defenders on a seam. It's very video game like, or I can hit that on a video game at any fucking chance that I want. Duh, I've done it 1,000 times. But you have to have supreme arm talent and accuracy. And Brady had a lot of accuracy. Of course, he's probably the most accurate quarterback in football. But you have to understand the way he says it, like it's easy. It's really not. It's really not. The seam is so hard to hit. And plus, you have to also understand you might be getting your guy killed doing that shit. So it is what it is. But yeah, the way that Ed Reed just read the field is just different than any other safety in the NFL, man. Like, he's like, oh, I could take this. Conventional thinking would say, take the middle of the field. It's going to be the easiest for the quarterback to hit because it's wide open in the middle of the field. You're throwing a straight line. And no, not Peyton Manning. No, Manning's going to take the go route because the play is a go route. It's very simple. It's go, and then it's a fucking over on the other. It's an over route, like in the middle. So the slot goes over, but the first read's going to be, all right, let me go that. Ed faked him out. Ed's like, all right, I'm going to take the over route. And Peyton's like, all right, go route, go route, go route, go route, go route. Let's get it. And then Ed's like, you dumb motherfucker. Just flies over and picks him off. Like, that is just fucking ridiculous, dude. That's why Ed's the GOAT, man. A fucking genius. A fucking student of the game. But anyways, fucking A, man. That shit gets me fucking hyped. Cam's selling for his fucking podcast, in my opinion. And I know he's selling for his podcast. I know what he's doing. It's smart. In fairness, though, Cam is almost, if he had maybe another an all-pro year, I think Cam would have made the Hall of Fame. I don't know if he will make the Hall. He should. He's a fringe Hall of Famer. I don't know if he will. I hope he makes the Hall of Fame. I just don't know. But man, Cam was one of those dudes that I just, so many polarizing things with Cam. I'm not going to speak on, but Cam is the greatest college football player of all time. I know everyone's going to look at me like, are you sure? You didn't watch Cam Newton that year. The stats don't even do it justice, which he still put up total 50 touchdowns, 30 passing touchdowns, 20 rushing touchdowns, 1,400 rushing yards, 3,000 passing yards, right? What you have to understand why that's phenomenal, even in itself, right? They still would have lost, by the way. Even diving for that ball, they're going to lose regardless. They were never winning that game. But if he just like college-wise, think about who was on that team and tell me who are Pro Bowlers on that team, who are NFL players on that team alone. No, none of them. I'm going to tell you why. Look who they're playing with. Tebow, you could say maybe longevity Tebow, but in terms of like a singular season, just a player. Fuck no. Tebow's nowhere near fucking Cam. Because Tebow played with fucking NFL players. He played with an NFL fucking defense. He played with NFL talent. Burrow, dude's throwing the NFL all-pro wide receivers. He's throwing the NFL talent all over the fucking place. Your running backs, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You have fucking Justin Jefferson. You have fucking Jamar Chase. Like, it's like, fuck, excuse me, but fuck that motherfucker, bro. He had a fucking line. He had everything. LSU was loaded with talent. Cam threw to nothing. Cam had nothing. Cam was the offense. This is Cam. Like the greatest game I might be ever seen from a player. Just like, you could say Vince Young's right up there, but even then, he took being Vince Young and like expanded it to where it's like, oh, Vince Young still has NFL talent to throw to and still play with. Okay. Yeah, Cam had nothing. The only NFL player I could think of on that Auburn team was Nick Fairley. Him and Nick Fairley carried that Auburn team. Nick Fairley carried that Auburn defense, all right? Nick Fairley was that Auburn defense, okay? They were good. They had some really good players, and they were fun coach and all that shit and blah, 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 blah. But in terms of like talent on that team, I have to look at that team. Who was on that team that made the NFL other than Nick Fairley and Cam Newton? We have to look at that. And even then, you have to also think about, even if they did make the NFL, did they make it because they contributed or because of other reasons? You know, there are players make the NFL that didn't even do shit in college, didn't excel in the NFL because of being coached a certain way. It's odd. Vince Young was amazing. Vince Young's an amazing player. He's also someone that's arguable. Fuck me. He's also someone that's arguable for that position, but Cam Newton's the greatest player of all time because Cam Newton did everything by himself. That Alabama game, no other quarterback wins that game for Auburn other than Cam Newton. There's no other quarterback on this planet that can win that game other than Cam Newton. I'm dead serious. There's no other quarterback. There's no way you walk into Tuscaloosa with Cam fucking the way that you did with Cam Newton at the end of the season and you win that game for that anyone else but fucking Cam Newton. That is dead ass facts. The thing is, their season would have been over if they didn't win that game. What y'all don't realize is like that was before the playoff system. Before the playoff system, man, like it was such a different time where every game was the playoffs. Every game was a playoff game. Every game for certain teams. For Alabama, every game was a fucking playoff game. For fucking Auburn, every game was a playoff game. For fucking LSU, every game was a playoff game. Because if you lose just one game down the stretch, that could be the end of your season. Because you're trying to go to the national title. And it was precarious as fuck. And now with the playoffs, Miami at 10-2 can make the playoffs. Awesome. Dude, you do that shit in the BCS. Miami ain't making no goddamn playoffs. They're making maybe they may be making the Orange Bowl. Maybe if they're lucky. If they're lucky, they maybe make the Peach Bowl. Yay. Gay. You don't know. I mean, Miami goes and loses to Washington in 2000. Okay? They go to Washington. They lose in 2000. I'm gonna make this very clear. If there's a playoff system in fucking in back then, even a 14 playoff, Miami's walking into who the fuck ever they're playing, they're beating them by 70. They're gonna if they wait Washington again that season, the absolute disgusting jailhouse beatdown they would give Washington in a playoff game would be considered abuse. Deserved abuse, but abuse. That is what would have happened. Some reason, but because they lost to Washington earlier in that year, they fucked themselves. And then I think it was Florida State in Oklahoma that year, right? And Florida State won the national title. I think, or was it Oklahoma? No, fuck me. It was Oklahoma who won the national title. But everyone in Oklahoma knew if Miami was in that game, you're down by 70. You're getting your ass whipped. Because arguably, everyone talks about the 01 Kings being the greatest team of all time. 2000 might have been more loaded. It might have been. The problem is they didn't have the maturity yet. So, yeah, playoffs have made this game different, maybe more fair, but also it's taken away from the specialty of these games because now it's like, okay, every game really isn't a playoff game. Oh, now conference titles really don't mean shit because what's the point? Alabama gets in, they don't get to get in. I'm like, no, that's what made college football great. The fact that you actually get punished for shit. Oh, you lose you get your ass kicked by Georgia. Why should you get in the playoffs? Why the fuck is Alabama in the playoffs? They're pussies. They're fucking cowards, and they're a fucking bunch of cornballs. And they got screwed. They're pussies and cornballs that got screwed. But they're still pussies and cornballs. And you're so corny for this. Oh, I feel bad for everyone next year. Motherfucker, look at your schedule. I thought Miami's schedule next year was pretty fucking lame and gay. Granted, at the time, you're thinking North Carolina and Clemson are going to be ranked matchups at the time when you made that schedule. I understand. You think No, they're pussies. They're pussies. Absolutely. Are refusing to go. I think that's soft as fuck because you're robbing other kids of a chance to shine. You're robbing kids of a chance to audition for the team next year or audition somewhere else. I think it's fucking lame and gay because of all those people who would have opted out, the younger players would have got to play. And that would have been big for their development because, hey, now I get to show what I got. That's what Miami did. Miami didn't make the playoffs last year and are in the same kind of position that you are, Notre Dame. I mean, different with the losses down the stretch regardless. Miami could have easily made the playoffs. Maybe you could have put them in over SMU if you wanted to. None the wiser. Granted, I don't think Miami deserved that. I think Miami deserved to get kicked out of the playoffs last year for losing to fucking lame ass Syracuse. Sorry, I'm still mad. I'm still mad about that year. You wasted Cam Ward for that year. I'm still pissed. I'm still pissed about that. Even now, I'm still annoyed about thinking about it because I'm thinking if we had Cam Ward right now, well, we don't lose to fucking SMU or Louisville. I'll tell you that fucking much. But still, there ain't nothing. No one's beating us, dog. Ain't no one beating us. And I'm very annoyed about that right now. Damn. But anyways, we went in our bowl game and played Iowa State, and we had Cam play for the half. Now, if Cam plays the whole game, we blow out Iowa State by like 30. But we didn't want Cam Ward to get hurt. We were like, you know what? You proved everything you need to prove. You beat the record, whatever. Let him go. Let's sit him down. It was ordained that way. And I absolutely agreed. It's a meaningless bowl game. Unfortunately, bowl games have become meaningless, and you have to treat them differently. But they didn't punk out and go, "Oh, we're just not going to play out of protest." That's gay as fuck. They didn't do that. They went and played. And you know what they did? They let the young cats play. The young cats got to play, and they got to show their stuff. And we got to see the future next year. We got to see JoJo. We got to see fucking Ray. Granted, none of those guys actually been amounted to jack shit because Ray's transferring and JoJo might be transferring next, to be completely honest with you. And in my fucking estimation, I'm glad. I'm actually okay with that because it gave way to the most talented fucking Miami player I've seen in years in Malachi Toney, who's going to be an NFL fucking draft pick in the first round one day. It's coming. That kid's a bad motherfucker, dude. You'd be very fucking afraid of that kid coming into the future. But they took that chance and they let the young kids play to see where they're at. And they basically came to the conclusion, these young cats ain't shit. We got to get some transfers. I'm like, yeah, Ray ain't going to make it, dog. We got to get Keelan Marion. He ain't going to make it. They transferred in Keelan Marion. Oh, Emory Williams. Let's ride. Us Canes fans are so stupid. Let's ride with Emory Williams. Shut your dumb ass up. That motherfucker can hit the side of a barn. Proved they couldn't hit the side of a barn. We lost that game because Emory Williams, again, couldn't hit the side of a fucking barn. If you could have hit the side of a barn, we win that game by 20 fucking points. But you couldn't. You just need one touchdown. All you need to hit was one touchdown. He couldn't do that for me. He could not hit the side of a barn. So we got Carson Beck. Thank God for that. These are things that matter because you have to see where your roster's at. And Notre Dame is taking that chance to go, oh, we were screwed. Well, Notre Dame, if you didn't schedule, your schedule sucked complete pussy shit. Now, granted, maybe you thought better of the schedule you had at the time. I just don't know how you could have. You thought after A&M and Miami that USC was going to be, I guess, maybe USC should have been better in your estimation when you made the schedule. But I look at your schedule, it looks like fucking shit. Arkansas? Yeah, you're going to really get him with that. It's kind of your fault. And you know what? You lost the games you lost. You lost to Miami, so you don't deserve to get in. If BYU won, you would have got in the playoffs, and you would have kept your spot. But because Miami got next to you, which is just how it works, if Miami got next to you in the rankings, they would have to consider head-to-head for it to get in. This isn't like normal rankings where you just keep your spot no matter what. No, now it's like we have to consider these things. And it does count. And I'm sorry, you didn't get screwed by Miami. Alabama fucked you. And I agree. Alabama had no absolute fucking business making it. And everyone's going to say you shouldn't punish them for fucking being in their conference title. Then they should have fucking forfeited the conference title and gave it to someone that could have used it. They should have an opt-out. To me, it should be a gambling situation where you can get a bye if you win. But if you lose, your spot is subject to change. I think that's only fair. But that's just my thing. I don't think Alabama deserved to make it. You come out and look like that. And by the way, this is not like, oh, they played pretty well down the stretch and they lost that Oklahoma game, which I could forgive. And then I would agree with you. But they played like shit. They fucking barely beat Auburn, who's awful as shit. You barely fucking could handle. You didn't even look good against the UL Monroe team you played, which is just a soft-ass punk bitch move on your schedule as per usual, right? You didn't even play well against them. Against the cupcake you played. You had multiple turnovers versus them. And then you add on Georgia kicking your ass. Why should you get in if you're trending so much downwards? And Notre Dame is trending upwards. Oh, because they didn't play in their conference title. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Notre Dame is stupid for not having a conference. And they stuck it to them for that. And I agree. Cool. But if I'm to really think about it, would I rather watch Oklahoma and Notre Dame or Oklahoma and Bama? I'd rather watch Oklahoma and Notre Dame. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. That would be a lot more fun than having to rewatch that fucking shit again. Granted, maybe Alabama comes in and wins that game. And then they prove us all wrong. But if they get blown out, the merciless shit talking will be hilarious from that standpoint. Miami, you can't get mad at. You lost to Miami. You had no business getting in over them anyways. You had no business being ranked over them anyways. You should have been behind Miami. And you would have been right where you belong because of that absolute head-to-head. Because everything else was similar for Miami. If Notre Dame beat Miami and it was the same record, I would completely be absolutely okay being fucking kept out of the playoffs. I would have been pissed, but it would have been just like last year because we accepted last year. There are a few people that were like, man, maybe you should put Miami in. They're the last team on the outside looking in. Maybe we should put them in. Maybe not SMU because we all know SMU ain't gonna do shit. Miami might do shit against Penn State. They might put up like 30, and it's true. Miami would have put up 30 on Penn State. They just probably wouldn't have won because Miami had no defense. But guess what? I can't say shit because you lost the games you shouldn't have lost down the stretch, and that's on you. Completely on you, completely on Mario, and I completely put that on. Sorry, Notre Dame. You shouldn't have lost the games you lost. You shouldn't have lost to A&M anyways. You blew that shit. Now that I can also agree with because Notre Dame should be going to Oregon or should be going to fucking who else? Oh, hello. They should be going to Oregon. They should be going to Ole Miss. I agree with that. Because why would I want to watch fucking James Madison get blown out by 40 by Oregon? Why would I want to watch Tulane again get their ass kicked by Ole Miss? I don't. But that's the price. I guess that's the Pied Piper. I agree with you, honestly, completely, Alec. The problem is if you take that away, which I would love to, well, then we're going to get to the point of, well, why do all the big teams get all the advantages, not small teams? And then it's just like, oh, here comes this mess again. There is no way you win this argument, man. There really isn't. But I would rather have Notre Dame get in over James Madison. Abso-fucking-lutely. You bet your ass. You bet your ass I would. Hi, Charlotte. You don't hit me up on Discord anymore. Thought you were dead. Oh, and again, I don't hit no one up on Discord anyways. I'm like off the grid right now in terms of other shit. I don't even know why I have Discord. I'll be real with you guys. Like, I try so hard to, like, think of every angle for this playoff shit, and I just can't help but think it's just not fucking fair to Notre Dame that we have to watch James Madison go to Oregon. Because why does Oregon get rewarded? Why are we rewarding Oregon with the No, it's okay. No, it's okay. You can talk to me about it later if you want. It's not fair that we have to fucking watch this shit. And it should be all putting on the product too. I do agree that if the extra spot was there because Virginia lost, why are we giving it to a group of 5? Give it to Notre Dame or Texas or Vandy. You could have chosen any of those 3. Texas I would have probably side-eyed you for, but I'd have been okay with it. You could give it to any of those 3, and I would have agreed. Why do we have to fucking watch James Madison again? They're going to get blown out. We all know they're going to. In fact, you know what you should have done? You know what you should do? You should have Tulane versus James Madison in the Group of 5 bowl. There should be a play-in for the Group of 5 at the last spot anyways. The best of the 2. They should be the best of the Group of 5. So James Madison should have to face Tulane for that last spot. Whoever wins, you get to go to Ole Miss. Am I wrong here? No. But are they going to do that? Absolutely not, because we are stuck in stupid land. So I do agree with that. I don't like the fact that Notre Dame they should have got the 11th spot, because Notre Dame versus Oregon would feed me very greatly. I would be very happy to see that. Very much so. I'd love to see that right now. God, would I love to see that right now. Or Ole Miss versus Notre Dame? Shit, I don't care. 11, 12, throw them. Line it up. Line that shit up. And I'll tell you this, Oregon nor fucking Ole Miss would want to have to deal with that in the first round at home. They're like, we got to deal with that annoying, because you know that's an annoying game. You know you're going to walk into an annoying-ass team coming in. Right? I'll keep it a buck with you. That's what I would have done. I don't like the Group of 5 shit because it gives Oregon and Ole Miss an easy game. Now, granted, I'll be real about Tulane. Maybe Tulane walks in there and they give some out. They give some stuff out. Maybe they, yeah, I'm not. Football's football, right? Football's football. I get it. Yeah, I get it. Some people aren't football fans, so I'm just kind of spouting off my shit right now. But maybe Tulane gives Ole Miss a game here. Maybe it's like a close game. But come on, guys. Do you really think James Madison's going to actually give Oregon a game for more than a quarter? If they go in and they keep it close for the half, that's a major win for James Madison at this fucking point. It's stupid, but that's what they're doing. I don't agree. See, 1 Group of 5 spot, okay. 2? You have a free spot and you give it to them? You say the 12 best teams, and then you do really 2 charity spots to make it fair for everyone. I don't think that's fucking fair. Why should Notre Dame go in? Yeah, it's kind of like that with football now, and that's kind of why we're all hate it. Like NCAA, it works. NCAA basketball, it works so well because everyone is kind of on an equal playing field, including the small teams, or anything can happen. Football, let's be honest here, guys. Football is like you either got the Joes or you don't. At some point you're gonna walk in and you're gonna realize it's at the Joes. Maybe it happens once in a while, but I doubt it when it comes to this shit. So I highly doubt James Madison's gonna be within 20 points of Oregon. I hope I'm wrong because I hate Oregon and would love to see them fail miserably in the worst of ways. I just know it's not gonna happen. So that's just me. Meanwhile, Miami gets put in the fucking gauntlet from hell. We beat A&M. Our reward's to go play Ohio State, which is actually what I want because I'm a psychopath and I want those motherfuckers. But after that, you got to play Georgia. If Miami were to actually make the national title, I feel as though they should be given like part of the national title from surviving literal Satan's gauntlet. But that's just not how it works, right? I want the whole thing. I would feel Miami makes the national title. I don't care who's there. They're going to beat them because there's no one better than on that side. I think Georgia and Ohio State are the best teams in this tournament right now. And that would be the worst thing to play. Now, granted, I don't know how Ohio State's going to be. Ohio State is a team that I got to be honest with you. They don't look good, but we'll see. We will see. Yes, my take. I'm not big on the whole idea of Notre Dame getting fucked out of the playoffs, in my opinion. But I'm really not big on the way that they handled this, because I think it's very fucking sad and very pathetic. I think it's very unfair to those kids. And for that, that's just how I feel. That is exactly how I feel. You know? I don't care. That's just how I feel. I don't think it's fair, but I also am like, you know what? That's what you get for having an easy ass schedule. And that's what you get for not being in conference. You want to take the line share, because here's another thing you guys don't realize. So they get like a line share of money. A lot of these teams that make the playoffs, they split it amongst the conferences. Ohio, Notre Dame doesn't have to split anything. They get the full thing. It's been okay. It's they don't have to split anything. Ohio, like Notre Dame doesn't split anything, and conferences are sick of this shit. So I can see why they fucked them over. Because like, why do you get to get all the lion's share? What? Fuck you. We all play by the rules, and you don't, and you should get like the benefit of the doubt of the at large bid, which last year Notre Dame did deserve to get in. They won their schedule, except for that NIU game, which, hey, who knows? But yeah, that's how I feel. You know? That's how I feel. Just how I feel, though. But not a bad way to start. And I'm excited. Miami versus A&M, I'm in. That's all I care about. And I'll tell you this. I think Miami can win that game in College Station. I'm not scared of the Aggies. I've seen them play. I'm not scared of them whatsoever. And I think their dumbass offensive lineman needs to shut his ass up. Oh, we can handle Bane. Bro, Dylan Stewart was kicking your ass. If I were you, I'd shut the fuck up. Because it's not Ruben Bane you just have to worry about. Which I don't understand why people, when they look at Miami, they're like, well, Ruben Bane's. Do you know how many linemen are on that team? You have Ruben Bane. Then you have fucking Akeem Mesidor. Then you have backups like fucking Justin Scott. You have guys like all over the line. I'm telling you, that line's gonna be loaded next year. You think it's bad this year? Next year might be even better. So, and that's without the NIL possibly coming into play. You know, and that's what it's what I feel. I don't like the way that they're handling this with that aspect. I'm sorry, what did I just say? I don't like the way that A&M's talking. You know, I don't like it because it just feels disrespectful. You're not even accounting for the other players on our team. We have David Blay. We have fucking Justin Scott. We have so much talent on that line, and you're worried about just Ruben Bane? All right, bring it on, bitch. You fuck around and find out. So we'll see. I'm excited for that game. I think with Carson Beck, we have the experience factor as well. That Carson's going to walk in there and handle his business. I don't really fear what he's going to do. And if Miami can run the ball, I think it's all gravy from there anyway. So we'll see. We will see how that all goes. Texas ran the ball very well on them. So from that standpoint, I think that's it. That'll be all from me today on that standpoint, though. I'd like to thank everyone that joined today. I'm out of here. I got things to do, I guess. Bye. See ya. Go do something with yourselves. I'm going to come back later, though. I'm going to have some real good drama to talk about later.